You're watching INCRadio.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. My name is Terry Soriano, and I'm so happy to be here with you once again. Thank you so much for all of those who are tuning in and for listening to us. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I have someone right beside me, this lovely sister right here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sister Amira from the local of Ridgecrest. I am the district CBI president of this district and also the acting committee president within my local. It's nice to see everyone. Nice to be with you, Sister Terry.
Thank you so much, and welcome to our show, Amira. And of course, we have somebody outside. Let's see what's going on there. Melvi, how are you?
Hi everyone, happy Saturday and welcome back to INCRadio, Central Valley, California. I am super excited because I'm actually outside today. We had a huge strict activity event called Care for Humanity. So stay tuned for our topic and discussions and join us also during the comments and go ahead and say hi to all of us. We're happy to have all of you. All right, back to you, Terry and Amira.
Thank you so much, Melvi. That's so inspiring to know. And also today, so we're going to have a discussion about moving mountains and the impact that it has in our lives. Some of us have our mountains that are small, and some are big, gigantic. But as for us, we're going to have a discussion with that with Amira. So, Amira, what are the mountains in your life right now that seems difficult to overcome?
At present, a mountain that I've had to face recently, actually a couple months ago, I was hospitalized for a month, which is very difficult for me. Right now, I'm at 6 months of recovery, so it's still a mountain I'm facing, but I'm doing pretty well right now.
Oh, okay. I'm so happy to see you here. So you said that it takes 6 months to overcome, or you're
Something
still
like
going
that.
through it?
I'm still going through it.
Oh, okay.
I was told it was a 2-year recovery process, but right now I'm on the 6-month mark. So that's the milestone I'm on right now.
Oh, okay. And what has been the biggest challenge in overcoming your mountain?
In terms of the specific situation I went through, the hardest part so far has just been getting back into life as it was before the hospitalization. Fortunately, my offices and church are such a constant that it has been easier for me to get back into it, probably more than if I weren't, in church and a member of the Church of Christ. But it is still very difficult. It has impacted my mobility some. It impacted a lot of my day-to-day activities. And it's still a mountain I'm overcoming, but I'm overcoming it a lot better than I thought I would.
Okay. You said that it has impacted your day-to-day activities. What kind of things, what kind of challenge do you face in your day-to-day because of your challenge that you're facing now?
Right. As I mentioned, my mobility was impacted pretty heavily. I came out of the hospital with a walker and then I moved over to a cane. It took me 6 months to finish physical therapy, so I'm walking today, yay!
Yes.
But prior to, it was very difficult. I'm still a little bit, slow. It's not as it was before. Other than that, work is hard to get back into because I was so sick for a while. Prior to the hospitalization, I was sick for 2 years or so. Mm-hmm. And in those 2 years, I called off of work pretty much every other week because I was always coughing and just my voice was always gone. Mm-hmm. So every other week I couldn't work because my voice is gone. You can't work without a voice, especially in my field. So yeah, work has been hard to get back into amongst other things, but still keep moving on. My offices keep me present, keep me constant in everything I do. So.
Okay, so I wanted to add that the season we're in is changing pretty much, and so what kind of reflection, if you will, have you had in your mountain or your challenges that you're facing right now?
Yeah, with the season changing, well, maybe because Thanksgiving is coming up, but I'm very grateful. I was already grateful coming out of the hospital, but even more so, I'm even more grateful, especially because I find that it gets easier as time goes on. And so, as time passes, as the seasons change, I feel a lot better about where I am right now.
Okay. I don't know the details about the mountain that you are facing, but I can say that there was one time when I'm sure my mountain is smaller than the obstacle that you are facing right now. I play a lot of sports, and one time I sprained my finger,
Oh.
and I had to wear a splinter on it, so to keep it straight, right? And I couldn't use that finger for some reason. You might think, oh, it's a small part of your body or something like that, but it's still part of your body, right? And so it was connected to me, and it kind of, like you had mentioned, it affected my everyday, day-to-day things that I had to do. So I think I feel you in that, and the way that it has done it for you, and the way that you had to go through. So with that, Sister Melvi, do you have anything for us right now? What's going on?
Right now, it's there's a lot going on right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. We can
I
hear you.
wasn't sure. Okay. There's a lot going. Okay, there's a lot going on right now. The band is still playing. There's music in the background. Brethren are still socializing. A lot of the guests got their goodies for today, and we met a lot of our neighbors here in the community. And of course, we thank all of the brethren who participated during our activity today. So we're very, very thankful and grateful that we have each other helping move mountains
Mhm.
here in our community. So, as for myself, I think when it comes to moving mountains in my life is whenever I face daily challenges, I always do my best to reframe my mindset, work around everything, adapt, and be flexible because some things are out of our control. But if there's one thing that we can definitely control is our own actions and reactions toward every situation. So hopefully that can resonate with some of you out there. But as for me, I'm just grateful that as long as I have an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives, I'm very, very thankful for each day that God gives me when I wake up, and I wake up with a grateful heart and smile.
Thank you, Melvi, for that. We really appreciate it. I do have another thing I wanted to discuss with Amira here. How did you stay motivated? You said that whatever you were going through had affected your daily life. You had to call in sick a lot from work, and How do you keep motivated to keep pushing forward to get to where you are now, even though it may have been slow and difficult to get that progress?
Yeah, those first 2 years before the hospital, a lot of my motivation was just honestly, it was choir, it was performing because my voice was so bad, it was always gone. I wanted to keep performing, so I just kept pushing, kept trying, getting a lot of diagnoses. So then after the hospital, um, honestly, the brethren were really supportive, and that motivated me a lot. So aside from my family and my friends, the ministers visited me, and
That's
they
important.
anointed me. They prayed for me. A lot of the brethren sent their well wishes my way. So that was very motivating as well. And then I just wanted to get back to performing. I just wanted to get back to my offices. I mean, maybe, I don't know if this is good or not, but I would sit in the hospital and think about all the things that I needed to do for my offices, for the local, for the district. So that motivated me a lot. It still motivates me.
Okay. And how has your faith helped you in your progress? I know that you also have other duties, like you said, you're a choir member, and also you are a president of
The district
the
CBI.
district
Yeah.
CBI. So how has that been for you?
Well, my faith helps me a lot. I know that when I talk to other people who are not inside the church, they're a little confused as to how I'm able to see it as a blessing. But really, what happened to me in the hospital, I do see it as God's blessing. Um, and so my faith has, I think, grown a lot. And I think that was the point of what happened to me. Um, I just feel more motivated to share what happened with me and to also to motivate everyone to be a little bit more aware about their health, and to really care about themselves, especially because, like this is the body that we use to perform our duties.
Yes.
We always want to be, to our best, right? And so in performing my duties as well, through the CBI, I am able to use my office to help encourage and inspire others.
Perfect. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a small break. So Kuya Tech, if you can, we're going to have a game. So our topic today is moving mountains, and we're going to see some of that mountains, and we're going to ask some people in our comments just what kind of mountains these are. Kuya Tech, if you're ready, please go ahead and let's see those mountains, and we can guess what they are. Okay, so before Mount Everest was discovered as the highest mountain in the world, which mountain was the highest? Please put your comments or your answer in our YouTube comments. Okay,
Terry,
do you have
maybe you
any?
can give them a hint.
Oh, okay.
Give some hints so they can win a
Let's
prize if they
see.
get the right answer.
You know, the Sierras. I'm thinking the Sierras. So we live by the Sierras here. So I don't know if that's correct or not. Kuya Tech, let's see. Is there the answer here? Let's see. Before Mount Everest was discovered. Okay, here we go. Answer Mount Everest. So whoever got that right, kudos to all of you that's got that right. So we're actually keeping track of those that are correct. Put the hashtag on your locale. So next question, Kuya Tech, please go ahead. You can always see it, but it is too far away to touch. Mountains rest on it, and at sea it surrounds you. What is it? Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. You can always see it, but it's too far away to touch. Mountains rest on it, and at sea, it surrounds you. What is it? I'm gonna say, okay, mountains rest on it, and at sea, it surrounds you. Wow. Okay, this is a good riddle. um, hmm. I'm gonna say, let's see. You can always see it. Is it a cloud? The horizon. Um, so we want. Is there any question? Is there any answers there that they're putting down?
No, I do see people from LAC saying hi to me. Hi, Tita Sheila. Hi, Nikki.
Okay. Any answers to the question?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
Kuya Tech, go ahead and give us the answer, please. Dun, 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 dun. The horizon. Didn't you say that? Okay, so you were correct. So it is the horizon. Our next question, Kuya Tech, please. Let's see. It floats over the land. It cuts the tallest mountain. Its voice is like a fountain. Its body, like a snake, will flow into a lake. Is it a river? It floats over the land. Is it a river? So that's just my a river or a lake. It says it cuts the tallest mountains. Its voice like a fountain, and a body like a snake. I'm gonna say it might be a lake or a river. So that's my guess.
Maybe now it's a cloud.
Okay, can you tell us the answer, please? Let's see what it is. Oh, the river. Yes, 1 point for me. All right, awesome. Do we have another one, Kuya Tech? Please go ahead and. Okay, here we go. Mountains will crumble and temples will fall, and no man can survive its endless call. What is it? Mountains will crumble
There are some
and
comments.
temples will fall, and no man can survive its endless call. Is it echo?
Some people
Oh,
are
is
saying
it?
waterfall.
Oh, what do you call that one that if you it crumbles the mountains? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I remember.
Okay. I can't think of it right now. Let's see.
Terry,
Go
are you
ahead.
sure you don't have a cheat sheet there?
I do not.
Are
I
you
do
sure you don't have
not.
your cheat sheet? Are you trying to guess, but
I
then you
do
know the
not.
answer?
Can you tell us what it is? Okay, here we go. Time. Okay, that's not what I was thinking of. Okay.
That's
Let's see if we have another one. Do you have another one, Kuya? Okay, no more. Okay, thank you so much for all the people that participated in our game. Let's ask Amira for all the comments that they have there. Can you share this with us?
Yes. There are some comments from Delano, Lawrence, Melissa from Orosi, Helen from Delano. Like I said, there's some from LAC saying hi to me. Hi,
course.
hi, Nikki.
Mhm, okay.
Hi, Sheila.
Mhm.
My mom's on here. She
Okay.
said, that's my daughter.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. There's someone who said, mountains in my life that are challenging is school at the moment, but with God's help and plan, I'll get through it.
Okay, yeah, that's nice.
Happy doing both from Rosie, Melanie, Christopher Banyaga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Brother Chris.
Hi, guys.
Okay, sweet. So we're gonna continue with our discussion about moving mountains and obstacles that we face in our life. Um, Tell us in what ways when we help others, how does that feel? Does it lessen our I want to say grief or does it strengthens us when we help others?
I think so. For me, it definitely gives me like joy to see
Mhm.
other people. Like I do something for them and they're happy, and I'm like, oh, I did something good for them. So I think it helps a lot. Probably more than anything, that's what my office is, as well as district CBI. I help the students in our district, and that makes me feel good to do that. And in general, everything that we do in the church, including like today, our Care for Humanity,
Mm-hmm.
helping others and doing good to them. Aside from pleasing our Almighty God, I'm sure it like makes us feel better too.
Mm-hmm. Hearing about the mountains and the obstacles that you had to face, I'm going to ask you: were you scared?
Oh. Yeah. I mean, so funnel. No, I don't know if it's funnily, but enough. But ironically enough, and I'm sure this is God's plan. But because I was sick for 2 years, I was getting a little frustrated. Right, I'll be honest. I was getting a little frustrated. The day of Holy Supper, I prayed one more time for God to heal me, and the next day was when I went to the hospital. And I don't know if I was scared. I know that I was in a lot of pain. And then after everything that happened, I think what I was I was a little confused actually. I woke up and I was a little confused. And then after some time, because I spent a lot of time in the hospital, after some time, what really came to me was like I realized, oh, this is God's answer to my prayer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So fear was not really part of it.
Oh,
To be
okay.
honest, yeah.
Oh, okay. In what point of your progress did you realize that okay, this is something that I have to overcome, and with God's help, I can do this. So, what how did you do that? What motivated you to do
Yeah, it wasn't even that long in the hospital that I realized it, mostly because I just had a lot of time to reflect. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks in, I was already kind of sitting there crying and, thanking God for everything that He did, for allowing me to get better, for saving my life. And through that carried me throughout these last 6 months, these last however many months I've been recovering. And just in general, like I see all the things He's blessed me with, not more than my life, but continuing to allow me to have the duties I have, to continue to allow to do things like this, opportunities like this, Care for Humanity, other projects that I'm involved in. I get to lead in the church, and that's a great blessing for me. And so those blessings, in totality, they move me forward. I'm motivated through that.
So besides the prayers to God, of course, that is the most probably thankful thing. And was there someone that you spoke with when you were in the hospital? Someone visited you that you had a heart to heart, and then you kind of broke down, if you will. Was there someone like that? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, there were two people I talked to probably the most about this. Of course, my mother, who was there for me every day in the hospital, except for worship service days, but that's excusable, of course. I talked to her a lot afterwards. But also my best friend, she's in Lancaster. Her name is Marilyn. I don't know if she's watching, but if you are, I'm Marilyn. But I would call her and we would just talk about it. And with her help, with both of their help, I was able to process it a lot better than I think I would have probably just sitting there alone thinking about it over and over and over again. So shout out to them.
Oh, okay. Okay, very nice. So in your progress, you said that you have, for how long that you had your progress, and you had to be patient with all of that. But each time that, for example, you said, oh, you were in a wheelchair, and then now you're in a crutches, and then you can finally walk. In any of those progress that you had, did you celebrate any of that? Like said, hey, now I've overcome this. There's another one to overcome. Did you celebrate that?
Yeah, for sure.
And how did you celebrate it?
Yeah, I like the incline of that mountain, right? So physical therapy was the biggest one so far. Well, when I went from the walker to the cane. It was like, oh, cool! I can walk without the walker. I can just walk with the cane. But then the cane got very frustrating to deal with.
Okay.
It just did everything. I didn't want to walk around with it. And then when I did physical therapy, I think it took me 4 months before I was able to graduate from the cane. And then at 6 months, I officially graduated from physical therapy. And they have like a little bell that you can ring when you graduate. So I rang that bell, and I was like, I'm done, yay!
Yes.
Thank God, right?
Okay. So in the hospital, the doctor told you it would take how many months or how many weeks or whatever to get you walking again. Was that your timeline too?
No, actually, it wasn't. I noticed very quickly how often, like, the doctors and nurses would say, "Oh, you progressed pretty well, actually. Like, you progressed pretty fast."
Okay.
Which I think is just due to God's blessings, His plan for me. So for that reason, I kind of started to be like, whatever you say, it's not. I don't know if that timeline is real or not, but right now it's not. So.
Okay. So, Amira, what would you tell our those who are tuning in, those who are watching? What would you tell them about what you've gone through and what inspired you to continue? Because you're gonna get well in your head. You're gonna get well.
Thanks.
What would you tell them if they're going through something?
Just to hold on to their prayers and to be patient. Sometimes it feels like our prayers aren't being answered, maybe, but even if that's what it feels like sometimes, God will answer your prayers as long as you are dedicated. I perform my offices as devotedly as I can, and for that reason, I'm positive that's why Almighty God answered my prayer. Even though it was 2 years, because I kept praying, that's what He gave me, what happened to me.
Okay. So to our audience, to those people that are tuned in, now that you've heard Amara's mountain, that obstacle, if you will, that she had to move, and she got past it. So she's had to give a lot of effort and a lot of patience, but there is hope. Hope. There's always hope in everything that we have to go through. So, sorry, but the time is come to an end for our discussion. We hope that you've enjoyed our discussion, and we hope that it's inspired everyone who has ever gone through their mountain big or small, and we hope that you join us again. So right now, Melvi, do you have any shout outs, any last words that you want to add?
Sure. So, first of all, thank you, Amira, for joining us this afternoon. To all of our listeners and viewers out there, may this episode be an inspiration to all of us. We know that nowadays life can be challenging, but if there's one thing we are certain of, is that we are never alone. We have God by our side. We have each other here in the Church of Christ, and above all, we have our hope, faith, and love. Continue to persevere, make each day count, and never give up. And don't forget to hit that like button, please, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are here every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. All right, back to you, Terry.
Thank you, Melvi. Amira, do you have any shout outs? You want to give a shout out to anyone?
Hi, Rich Chris. Hi, Mom. Thanks, Gavin. I saw your comment in the chat. Thanks, guys. Hi to all my friends. Love you guys.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you again for joining us. But before we leave, we want to thank very important people that made this possible. Our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our SEBC President, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo. Thank you so much, po. And you can go on YouTube to watch us again. Type in Central Valley, California, and please subscribe to INCRadio DZEM 954 online, and it's incradio.org. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you've enjoyed our discussion with Amira, and please join us again next week at 1 p.m. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And for now, bye-bye.
Sa iglesia sila ay nagmamahal. Sa amin iyong ibiniyaya ang pamamahalan na sa'yo nagmula. Isang lider upang manguna, pag-ibig sa iglesia
This is INCRadio DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.